So we've traveled back and forth across the top half of the US this year and ended up with some short random footage. We also spent some time in the Keys while we were in Florida. And then rather than create short videos, I thought it'd be better to kind of mash some of these together. So while not really related to one another, it's still things that I wanted to show. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of hodgepodge video. And so the places we went were the Devil's Tower in Wyoming. We went to the Mall of America in Minnesota. And then while we were in Minnesota, we found the state's largest candy store. And then, so of course, we had to stop at that. And finally, we'll show you what we saw and did while we were in the Florida Keys. So I hope you enjoy. So we didn't do the hike up the mountain while we were at Devil's Tower because we really weren't prepared for the trek. We do hope to go back soon so we can complete that hike. The views were amazing, and it could definitely be like a family day trip if you're in the area. And then after leaving, we stopped in Bloomington, Minnesota and took a break at Mall of America. There's an oversized parking across the way from the mall for RVs and large trucks. It's definitely a big mall with many of the usual stores, but what sets this mall apart is it has an indoor amusement park, which is called Nickelodeon Universe. It's got some small coasters, games, and carnival type activities. It's kind of cool, and I think it'd be a great rainy day activity other than just walking the mall. And then I'll leave links down below for the mall and the amusement park. So we didn't ride anything because it was a short stop for us, but we wanted to show you what they had that you could do. I believe there's an extra cost for the tickets for the amusement rides. And then just outside the park section is, of course, a Lego store with a huge display. So after parting ways with Mall of America, we continued our trek until we found the Minnesota state's largest candy store. Although we didn't buy anything, we did stop to check it out anyways.
So this candy store has just about every candy you can think of, as well as sodas, chips, pretzels, and various other assorted items, and some interesting thingaming. It's worth checking out if you're in the area and have the time and or the munchies. I'll drop a link for the store in the description below if you want to find out more.
So that was just a fraction of what we saw in the candy store. It got pretty crowded pretty quickly, so we made a quick exit and headed on down the road. Now we want to show you the footage from our time in Key West and the Florida Keys. We were there in November of 2021, but the weather was so nice. So we'll drop the footage right here.
We took a mini train tour around Key West, which was really fun and informative. It's called the Conch Train Tour, and I'll leave a link for that down below as well.
Now come up on our left. There's Hemingway house. There's Hemingway. And the second wife, Pauline, lived in his house from 1931 to 1941. Artists wrote 3 novels while down here. To Have Not, Snows of Kilimanjaro, Farewell to Arms.
So the Conch Train Tour was a great way to see Key West, and it was full of super fun facts. Afterwards, it was time for us to find something to eat. So we went to Mangoes of Key West, where we found a great outdoor seating area and some really fun food.
So we had conch fritters, conch soup, and mussels for appetizers. The fritters tasted mostly like hush puppies. The soup was tomato-based broth with meat and veggies. It was really good, and of course, fresh mussels by the ocean were great too. For my main course, I ordered their nacho plate. I had no idea it would be this big. Romar ordered their tacos, which came with a bean dipping sauce. The nachos and tacos were very good and very filling. There was nothing really that stood out about them, except you could tell the ingredients were fresh, locally sourced, I think. We had a great time and recommend stopping here if you go to Key West. And then after lunch, we explored the island a bit. You can rent scooters, bikes, or even golf carts while on the island at various places. We chose to walk as the streets can get pretty congested.
so that's it for this video. Devil's Tower was definitely awesome to see, and side note, the KOA campground that's just outside the park area plays the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind for free outdoors in the evenings. The Mall of America is huge and the indoor park is great if it's too hot or too cold to be outdoors. The candy store was really unique and worth a stop if you're in the area. The Florida Keys were definitely a highlight and worth a few days of your time, especially in November or December when it's still warm but not too hot. So we hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be off for more exploring.